So Smartish is a phone case company. They're located in Austin, Texas. They used to be known as Silk, so some of you may be familiar with them underneath the Silk brand. They're now Smartish. And they have kind of a fun philosophy of free spirit and self-expression. I think that holds true, especially when you look at their box. I mean, the marketing language that they're using here. So we've got two cases we're going to look at today. The Kungfu Grip, super grippy, protective, slim fit. And here on the back you've got, open sesame there. Connect with us. So where a lot of phone case companies, their packaging is somewhat minimalistic, I would say, and maybe elegant. These guys go a different direction. So they go for fun and lively. So here's the Wallet Slayer Volume 1. We're going to look at that here in a second as well. So they're all about kind of fun marketing messages. They want to be funny. They have videos on YouTube where they're kind of just, having fun and making good quality products is what I would say. It's pretty cool. I'm located pretty closely near them. I am from Texas. So they're in Austin. So maybe, who knows, at some point, I'd love to go down and tour the production facility they have in Austin. So we've got two cases we're going to look at today. We're going to be looking at the Kungfu Grip Slim Case and the Wallet Slayer Volume 1. I found these guys when I was looking online for affordable phone cases and came across this article, and it was like the top 5 or 10 affordable phone case brands. And they are affordable. So the Kungfu Grip is about $11.99, and the Wallet Slayer I think is up to $14.99. So really good alternatives. One, if you're looking for a super grippy phone, I would say these are the Kungfu Grip itself is probably the grippiest phone case I have ever used. Or if you're looking for an integrated wallet or card slot as part of your case, if you want to, take some cards and keep them with you at all times. So I definitely recommend these two cases, and we're going to kind of look at them closely. They do primarily, just a couple more things about Smartish as I get out the Kungfu Grip. They do make cases primarily for the iPhone lineup, although they do have some cases for the S series all the way up to the S10 series. I didn't see anything for the Galaxy Note though, or other phone brands. So let's get into the two cases we have to review. First up is the Kungfu Grip. This, like I said before, is probably the grippiest case that I've ever used. And if you'll notice, you can see it pretty easy here on the camera, there are some finger grooves along the side. And so the side it has a texture, a very gritty texture around the sides that just really adds to the grippiness of the case itself. This case is not going to fall out of your hand easily. But on top of that, they've also created some finger grooves, which you can kind of see the grooves right here, which really just give you a nice holding point, a nice way for your hand to fit around the phone case. They also have what they call a lay flat design to the case. So there's a lip around the camera hump, but when you set it down on the counter, it's gonna lay flat. So let me get my phone and put it inside. I'll show you how that works. So when I set it down, it's gonna lay flat. So it's not gonna have, there's not any kind of wiggle or movement if I'm tapping the phone. And so it has enough of a lip around the camera to where it's going to protect your camera lenses, and they're not going to get scratched up. The other thing, it also has the buttons are molded into the TPU material that the case is made out of, or the rubber material. They are super clicky, so you're not going to have any problems with the buttons. There's plenty of room in the mute rocker to access the mute rocker there. Plenty of room for that. Here's your cutouts for your speaker grills and your power port, so that works just fine. The other thing it does have is it has a pretty significant lip around the front of the case. So much so that it's almost too much of a lip for me. You definitely feel it if you're holding the case up to your ear to take a call through the headset. But I do use a glass screen protector, and so that screen protector does make the lip a little bit less pronounced. And so it kind of takes care of some of the problem of the lip. But if there's one thing I would probably change on this case, it would be that the lip is a little bit too pronounced for my taste. That's all. Now they're doing it out of protection, so this is going to protect your, the face of your phone or the screen of your phone if you're going to sit it down on the table. So this is what others would call Slam Boy certified. So you can definitely rest at ease if you're setting your case down either on the front or the back of your phone. Your phone is going to stay protected. It does offer air pockets in the corner of the phone. Let's see if I can pull the phone out here and show you the air pockets. So if you look, let's see here, get a good light on that. So it's a little bit hard to see, but if you feel inside, there is some grooves in here for air pockets. So if you're dropping this and it's going to bounce on the corner, it is going to give you some extra protection. So I would say the Kungfu Grip is a solid, thin and light case that provides a ton of grip. I would compare this case to the Kadabi sheath. The sheath is a bit thinner and the design is a bit more refined. The material of the sheath also seems to be a higher quality, but both cases are very similar. In terms of thickness, design, and grippiness, you can't go wrong with either case. But I will say that the Kungfu Grip does probably do a better job in the grippiness category. This is probably the grippiest. It's hard to kind of show here. It's hard to show, but on the sides, the sides are truly, you can see it's a very pronounced texture pattern that adds a lot of grip to the phone. So I've had questions on my channel about grippy phone cases. Which phone case do I think is the grippiest? And I would put this in the category. Even the back has less texture on it, but the back is not smooth at all. The back even has some grippiness onto it as well. Has grip to it as well. So, nice thin and light case, comparable to the Kadabi sheath. It's simple, sleek, elegant design to the case. It is basically a black TPU kind of rubber type of case, but it fits nice and tight around the sides. There's not as much of a give around the bottom as some of the other cases I've talked about. Camera hump, there's a little bit of the branding. You get a little bit of a branding touch right there. Oh, there you go. There's some of the grip. So if you look on the corner right here, you can just see, the texture that's kind of designed into the case. But yeah, overall, great case, $11.99 compared to the sheath, which is $25 or $24.99. So about half the price, and you can get a similar case with a lot of grip and some added protection with those air pockets around the corner. So I can definitely recommend the Kungfu Grip if that's what you're looking for. All right, next up is we want to take a look at the Wallet Slayer. Now there's two versions of this case. There is the Wallet Slayer Volume 1, which we're looking at, and then they also have a Volume 2. Now my preference is for the Volume 1, and the reason is I like how on the wallet or the card slot, it looks better integrated into the case. It's a more seamless design, whereas the Volume 2, and I'll flash an image on the screen of it right here, the Volume 2 almost looks like they sewed a leather kind of card holder onto the back of the case. It's like they kind of, did some stitching into it and it made it look like kind of a leather wallet, but it's not leather. It's the same material as the case. So I like this sleek design a little bit better. All right, so the Wallet Slayer, it'll hold up to 3 cards. So you just take them, slide them into the back, just like that. If you need to get them out, you just push from the bottom and you can access the cards there. It will hold more than 3 cards, but as you add more stuff into the back, it will kind of bump out the back. So I would recommend just sticking to probably 3 cards. They do stay in the slot pretty well. Now you can, if I bang them, on the table, they could kind of fall out if you're going to be super active with the case, I guess. But for most everyday use, they're going to stay in there just fine and they're not going to fall out. So other things about the Wallet Slayer, let me throw the phone on here. What this case really is basically you're getting a Kungfu Grip, the case we just looked at, with a wallet card slot on the back. And so you get the same grippiness around the sides, you get that same texture pattern. You get the same lip around the front of the case. Buttons are the same, super clicky. You got your mute rocker accessible, very easy to get to. You've got your cutouts for your power port and your speaker grills. It's not loose around the phone, it's going to stay on the phone. So you're basically getting the Kungfu Grip, but what you get on the back is that space to have the card slot in it. You can kind of see that right there. Now, you obviously get plenty of a lip around the camera of the phone. It will sit down nice and flat on your table, so you're not going to have a lot of wiggle or anything like that. Here's what it looks like with cards installed and the phone case on. So if you set it down, it does bump out a little bit, so you do get a little bit of wiggle then. You can kind of see as I hit around the corner of the phone. But it's it's not super thick. Now you're obviously going to add some thickness to the case just because you're adding a card slot, you're putting cards in there. I mean, you're adding things to the phone, so it's going to be thicker. But overall, it's a pretty nice package in terms of a phone case. So all I would say is this, Smartish, they're making some really solid cases for a very affordable price. $14.99 for the Wallet Slayer Volume 1, $11.99 for the Kungfu Grip. If you're looking for a thin case that does give you protection, but more importantly, a lot of grip, I would definitely recommend you look at the Smartish cases. So, hey, I just want to say welcome to 2020. Thanks for watching some of my videos in 2019. Definitely growing the channel. I've got my daughter here with me today. Supporting me, and I guess somebody's under the table too. So just wanted to say hello in 2020. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe, and I'll be making more videos this year. Thanks. Peace. So the case does hold up to 3 cards, so you just slide them into the card slot, and they're going to stay really nice. I mean, they're going to stay in there pretty good. They're not going to slip out. They're not going to fall out. Lies! Lies!
Just don't say they won't slip out. Say it's very good at holding and don't bang it that hard.
Okay.